Okay, so some things haven't really changed. I still have grocery bags under my eyes, and now I can't hear out of this ear. Great. Wonderful. I'm dying. Okay, so expectations. Like as I had said before, don't come here with an ego the size of the sun because you will get shot down. Um, it's good to have confidence, but not too much confidence because, yeah, you're gonna be a douchebag. Okay, so a little bit more elaboration on expectations. Unfortunately, when I came here the first time to Japan, I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking that my Japanese was gonna be like beast, and I was gonna master the language within such a short period of time, and that was really stupid of me to think that. So don't have like really high expectations because it's a language. You know, language is dynamic. Dynamic. It's vast and a lot of trends. It's the same as fashion. You know, it comes and goes. There's a lot of things, new things, old things. It's just impossible to actually master a language. So just keep your expectations at a reasonable level. Um, Other than that, keep an open mind. Keep an open mind about a lot of things because when you get here, you will probably encounter some things that are just like, what in the. So, for example, when I first moved into this apartment building, and this apartment building is all teachers from different schools, and both of my neighbors suck. So, my neighbor over here is a family of like four, and they have two kids that just act like wild zoo animals, and that they're the only ones in this apartment building. I don't get it. The other ones on that side, I like to call them the beer can family because they think that they're at a fraternity and sorority house. They threw 3 beer cans on my balcony. Why? I do not fucking know. It was just really odd, and it really pissed me off. Because I know if I would have done these things, they would have been like, yeah, you need to get out. But that's just the way it is. And of course, yes, I did call them out. Um, I had talked to my manager about it because another thing that you have to keep in mind here, keep an open mind about is, I guess, it's kind of mean to say, but common sense is obsolete here. So there's a chain of command. Like, you have to go through so and so and so and so to get instead of just going directly in. So I had called my manager and I had told her about the incident with, these two. And she had called the landlord and they had apologized, and apparently they sent a notification to the zoo animal children, and they had investigated and found out that it was these people over here that threw the beer can bottles, and I was just like, what? For real? And when I did address the incident with the zoo animal children to my manager, she had said that, oh well, you have to be careful with these types of issues because it's really sensitive because we're all teachers here and they have children, yada yada yada. I was like, okay, seriously? So you have to keep an open mind about a lot of things. Another thing that kind of caters to the common sense is obsolete is one of my buddies had told me that one of the JTEs at his school, and the JT is a Japanese teacher of English, her father had died and she had apologized like numerous times, vowing, saying that she was being selfish for taking off for a few days to attend her father's funeral, and it was selfish of her and she had to apologize for that. That's fucking weird. I would never apologize for something like that. I mean, it's inevitable. You can't But you have to be mindful and keep an open mind about a lot of things. Another thing is, I work at a junior high school, and some of the kids, not all of them, have really, really bad manners, and they really don't care about English, which, you're a kid and, required stuff, because I didn't really care about the Spanish, and now I kind of regret it. I took it for 3 years, and I can only say, like, a handful of things. And I had made a speech in class, a little bit in Japanese and a little bit in English, saying that, school is important. English is important. All the subjects that you are learning here in school are important because you don't know what you will be doing in the future. You may have somewhat of an idea of what you want to do, but 15 years down the road, things may change. I never thought that I wanted to be a teacher when I was in school. I hated school. I didn't like going. So I kind of can relate to that. So I was trying to tell them that, just learn as much as you can now. And they just kind of brushed it off and was like, yeah, whatever, shut your face. But, so doing that didn't really help. And another thing is, like, the lack of discipline at my school is just kind of irritating because, it's really turned a lot of the kids into lazy, spoiled, and mean students. And one of my senior ALT, well, a few of my senior ALTs, they're like, yeah, that's not your school, buddy. That's just the way Japan is. You can't change that. It's just something you just have to roll with because that's just the way it is. So, for example, like talking when a teacher is talking. They don't really do that too much because I call them out on it. That's just, I guess, the substitute teaching instinct that I have because I used to be a substitute teacher in the States. And let me clarify that, a substitute teacher in a ghetto area in the States. So, and plus I kind of look sort of young, and I really had to, let the kids know there that you will listen to me. So I kind of have that, you need to listen to me type of authority figure. And it kind of works. It does work a little bit. And at my school, with the students, I just give them that face, and then I just stop. And sometimes I'll say, "Are you finished talking?" Or sometimes I'll call out an individual student. I'll do a lot of teaching seminars, and like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that, because then the student will get scared and never talk to you again." But anyway, so there's a lot of things that you just have to keep an open mind about and just kind of roll with it. Don't just take everything with a grain of salt, I guess. Let's see. Another thing is kind of what I was talking about before, the chain of command type of thing. For example, if there's an incident that happens where JTE doesn't like something that you're doing, or somebody doesn't like something that you're doing, it's going to take a long time for that information to get to you. It's going to get to the JTE, then it's going to get to the manager, and the vice principal, and the principal, and then the office ladies, and then the cafeteria lady, and then it's going to get to you. That actually has never happened to me, but I just know some instances where it has happened to people. In teaching seminars, we talk about these things. That there's just this long chain of command for something simple like, oh, well, so-and-so, I don't like the way that he was speaking during class. I don't know, just something really stupid. Oh gosh, just something really simple. that, you could just say directly to that person, like, hey, you need to speak up, or hey, I didn't like that activity, or something like that. It just, I don't know, it just takes a while for it to get to you. So just be mindful about that. Don't get angry. That's never happened to me before. Hopefully it won't. The JTs at my school, we're pretty cool with each other. I speak Japanese, and obviously they speak English, and we have a pretty good communication thing going on, and I think that's really important. And that's just kind of like luck, because not everybody has that. There's some ALTs that just have to deal with shitty JTs, it's just, yeah. So, it's all about luck. Hopefully you'll get a Japanese teacher that you can work with. You guys have good communication skills, and you can just say things directly instead of doing that stupid all the way around thing. Being a very good example right now. I keep calling things stupid, but no, just be mindful and respectful, and just understand that that's just the way they do things here in Japan. Other than that, there was another incident here in my apartment building that happened, because I don't have that much stuff in my apartment. I just moved in not too long ago. I'm still trying to get things set up, and I don't have a trash can. So, Japanese food, after a while, it starts to stink, and I don't have a trash can. I have like this little basket that I put my trash in. This is nothing. Stuff is gonna start to stink. So anyway, I had put my trash out in front of my apartment door, and apparently somebody didn't like that, because one of my ALT neighbors, an American guy, he had told me, like, hey, yeah, by the way, some lady in our apartment building said for you to leave your trash in your apartment, because they don't want to see it out in the walkway. Like, oh really? Is that so? Well, why didn't so-and-so bring her happy? No, it's not. But, yeah, I didn't really like that very much. If somebody has something to say, they can come and say it to me, instead of, using messengers and stuff. But, you just have to keep an open mind about things, and understand that's just the way that they do things here. So what I did, I just put my trash out on my balcony so everybody can shut the hell up and be happy, So, so yeah, just try and keep an open mind. It's just the way that they do things here, even if you don't agree with some of the things that they do here. It's just the way it is. Another thing, work related, is I am in a program where they're teaching children phonics, and it's really awesome. I'm really excited, because I think that it's really going to help the children's English communication skills to have them, instead of just, passing a test, and then once they get over to an English speaking country, they won't be like, what? So they can actually do both, pass the test, and they'll be able to speak English with a native. Anyway, I've been teaching phonics, and I've noticed when I first came here that they were putting katakana on top of English. And it was like, why are they putting katakana on top of English when I'm teaching phonics? It made me extremely angry, but because it's like, I'm wasting my time teaching phonics, because phonics is American, well, not American, English speaking. Oh, I guess American. pronunciation. Because if you put katakana on top of English, that's Japanese pronunciation. So, things are slowly changing. I'm starting to see a change. They don't do that anymore. The next thing that me and another ALT that works with me is trying to do is get the kids to stop parroting, because all we're doing is just doing the traditional ALT tape recorder type method. Read a dialogue or read a question and repeat. They're not learning anything, they're just repeating. And half of them can't even really do that correctly. So what we want them to do is start reading on their own. So, that's what we're teaching them phonics, that's what we're doing this and that and this and that, and they're not learning anything if they're just parroting and repeating. Nothing is being learned. So that's another thing we're slowly starting to change. And then also, another thing is the JTE speaking Japanese all the time in English class. That's going to take some time to change. There's a lot of things that it's just, this is why you guys can't really speak English. So there's just a lot of things that you just have to keep in mind, that that's just the way that they do things here and their culture. You can't really just kind of dive in there and change everything. It's a slow, very, very slow process. I'm not saying that it can't be done, because I'm going to try and change some things. Hopefully it works, because I want my students to be able to speak English. I want to be a good teacher, and I would like for them to be able to be useful in an English speaking country and say, yeah, my teachers did a very good job, they were great teachers. So just have a good attitude. I'm trying. I've only been here for not 3.5 months, more like 4.5 months. And I'm trying. I'm not saying that I'm the best and I'm trying to give you advice because I know everything. No. I'm just telling you from what I've been going through, what you might experience, and just to be mindful about things that some things you just can't change. And I'm trying to accept that myself. There's some things here that I can't change. And I just have to roll with it. So that's it for that one. And hopefully I will be making another video and I won't look so bad. Okay. Bye.